So sweet. Hang on.
Right, now you've been here a very short time, but what do you know about this Eagles-Cowboy rivalry?
I mean, it's one of the biggest, I would think it's the biggest rivalry in football at least. Obviously a lot of history there. A lot of great players played in this game against these two, really good teams, and obviously a lot of playoff implications and division, implications. It's probably going to be the game of the week. I would think so. I expect a sold-out crowd. It's going to be really exciting, and obviously I'm super excited playing it.
What have the guys told you about this rivalry and how pumped are you to get to experience it for the first time?
Truthfully, nobody's really said anything. I don't think anybody's trying to make it any bigger than what it is. I mean, it is just another game, but it's a division game. So, just keeping it real. But I think most guys are even killed because they understand how big the game is going to be as far as crowd-wise and all that type of stuff. So we know supporting guard to get a W. But like I said, I don't think guys are trying to make it any bigger than what it already is.
For you to get to experience your first home game at the Link, and it's going to happen to be the Dallas game, that's got to be pretty exciting for you.
No, it's definitely cool. Like I said, me personally, I don't want to make it bigger than what it really is.
It's going to be loud.
Oh, for sure it's going to be loud. I played in loud games before. It's not my first time around the block. But no, honestly, it's going to be exciting against a really good Dallas offense. Dak is playing at a pretty high level right now. They're hitting on all cylinders. Obviously got Tony Pollard, who's a downhill running back, one cut kind of guy. CeeDee Lamb's been getting really involved in the last 3 weeks. He's playing lights out too. So, but obviously they have other weapons. Brandon Cooks. Ferguson's their tight end. He's a red zone threat down the seam, and obviously still got Michael Gallup on the outside. So talented offense. We're gonna have to play really well to beat those guys.
Kevin, I'm sure you've been part of some good rivalry games in the past, whether it be college, high school, or even here in the NFL with Tennessee. How much better is a rivalry game when you have both teams that are as good as they are playing for what's at stake, first place in the division on Sunday?
Yeah, I would just say that it's going to be a lot of intensity, not only coming from the fans but on the field as well. I think for us as a team, we're going to have to out-physical them. We're going to have to play more physical. I think the more physical team, two teams that obviously want to impose their will on teams. Whoever does that the best is going to win the game.
You've had some, correct me if I'm wrong, you've gotten Dak 3 times, I think?
Yes, 3 times.
Not a lot of people have done that. He doesn't put it up a lot. What's the key to defending a guy who's been that good, that accurate, that productive?
I mean, obviously over Dak's career, he wants to push the ball downfield. I wouldn't say that that's different this year, but I would say that, first and second down, they really want to work more the quick, pass game and things like that. Kind of get him going early, make him be efficient, be really good on first and second down so they can, be in third and short, because I think they're one of the best, if not the best, third down team in the league because they're really good on first and second down. So I just think that just taking what the defense gives them. But a guy like him, he's very accurate. He trusts his arm. He trusts his receivers. He wants to get his playmakers the ball early and often. So, like I said, I think just the key is making sure that you're being physical with these receivers, knowing they're going to run a lot of quick games and things like that. So, like I said, we have to play well on the outside to win.
Out of those 3, which one's your favorite?
Definitely the first one. Yeah, I mean, the first one was kind of like my coming out party, my first Monday Night Football game, primetime game. So it was definitely exciting moment for me in my career for sure.
So was that your rookie year?
No, it was my third year. But the year before I was with the Pro Bowl, but didn't really play any primetime games then. But then coming into my third year, we got some Monday night games. I think we had 2 Monday night games that year, and that was the first one. So I had a big game.
Is that the one where you danced on the star?
Yeah, it was. It was a party at the Star.
What did your family think of that one?
I mean, obviously, everybody and their mom was hitting me up saying how cool it was, and they were super excited. Mike Vrabel didn't like it a lot, and also the league didn't like it because they fined me $10,000. So, but it was worth it. It was a good fine.
And now, a week into this, what stands out about how the Eagles do day-to-day business here? Anything stand out?
I wouldn't say anything just stands out. I think they kind of go about their business as any really good team would do. We meet a lot. I think the meetings have been really well. I've been meeting with the coaches on my own, trying to, obviously get caught up to speed. Probably the only difference is they probably have a little bit more time between the last meeting and practice. Usually in Tennessee, we have like an hour, 45 minutes to go and get ready for practice. Here, you got to think like an hour and some change. Yeah, pretty much an hour. So, but yeah, everything else has pretty much been the same. I think I've been pretty much getting used to the swing of things, kind of talking to guys and leaning on guys as far as, what their routines is as well, with all the, maybe extra time that we may have.
Obviously, you've been part of this team for a long time in terms of post-trade deadline. Where do you sense this team is in its terms for a long-term run versus other teams you've been a part of?
It's just always special, Every team every year is different, right? I think the biggest thing is, this team right here is, different from last year, year before, and you see guys in and out. And I think, what we've done and, how in Mr. Lurie, they're always trying to find ways to make the team better. And I think we did. We signed Julio and we signed KB. And I think that upgraded our team to make a run here late in the season.
And they've already contributed a lot. And they talked about Julio the other day, just like having people like that come into the locker room. What do they contribute? What are they talking about?
Definitely gonna be in the Hall of Fame. He's a guy that you want in the locker room that's been around, and obviously have a relationship with guys here like OZ and AJ, being a player with those guys, and they know what to expect from him. So that's always good.
Dak's been playing at a high level too, like Jalen. What's the key to making sure that his level of play goes down?
You got to get after him. I think he's, they've made the game kind of simple for him. He's not turning the ball over as much as he was last year. He's taking care of the ball. They're running the ball, throwing the ball. They got a really good, their front, their skill guys in his league is going to be good on good. So, it's always that when we play them.
What's your favorite memory of Dallas with all the battles you've been in over the years?
It's been a lot of them. I think I answered this question yesterday. It was so long ago when I think Brandon Boykin, caught a pick to seal the game, and that was a pretty special moment.
What makes it different? Like, I mean, there's rivals and then there's Dallas. Why is it different?
It just y'all make it different, right? Y'all make this build up all week, and that's the stuff that we enjoy that. But obviously, we still got to go out there and play. No matter how much you hype it up, we still got to go. Put the hard plastic on and the helmet on and go to work.
Everybody in college and high school has their rivalry games. Is this one a different level? I mean, you're in the NFL a lot, but is this different than college and high school?
I mean, between Mississippi State and the school up north, Ole Miss. I mean, that's pretty big, so you got to be careful what you ask for when you do that, because the people of Mississippi always look forward to that game every year.
The coaches, when they come to town here, they sometimes say, like, the first thing somebody says to them on the streets, make sure you beat Dallas this year. Do you remember those experiences?
I mean, they still say it to this day. They still say it, and it's, that's the fan love. That's the drive that they have, for the sports team in Philly, and that kind of motivates us. It helps us, and because we want them to be happy.
What's it been like setting the example up front of being the guy that's been reliable down in and down out for this defense all throughout the course of the
game? Yeah, just being myself, just being Fletch, leading those guys on and off the field when it starts with practice, and the attention to detail that I'm in and out of, and trying to share that type of knowledge with those guys, especially my room. I got a bunch of young guys in there, and just sharing those moments with them, the experience, and making sure that they're ready to go also.
Why do you love that so much?
It's just who I am, right? I'm a selfless person, selfless teammate, and I want guys to do really good. I don't keep information to myself, and I don't mind coaching them up on things that I think that will help them in the classroom or even on the field.
I believe you guys have won the last 6 games where you guys have trailed by double digits. It happened again in Washington. Where does the belief come from every single game, or the calmness that you guys can come back with?
Well, you got to stop doing that, We got to stop doing that. But, through it all, I think the biggest thing is when we were down like that in the game, if you look at that sideline, you don't see nobody really throwing fits or, just being out of character. I think the biggest thing is, every guy stays in character no matter what the score is, because we know at the end of the day, like you just said, we kind of believe in each other. The belief starts right here in the locker room, in the cafeteria, wherever walkthroughs, believing in the coaches, those things that we talk about, and it all showed last week. The resilience of this team just never gave up.
Fletch, you mentioned integrating Kevin Byard a little bit earlier. I guess, how does he fit into the leadership nucleus, even on such a short amount of time around you guys?
I mean, he's got like everybody, like any vet that comes, kind of in the locker room that's been traded here. You just kind of find your way, and I think he'll find his way around here, kind of figure how guys operate. He's a good dude. I would say he's really becoming a really good teammate already. He's about what we're about, winning, and that's a good thing about him.
Is it rare to see a guy come in that quickly and almost immediately be like a vocal leader among at least his position group? It seems like
it's the winning part. He knows that we win around here, right? And that's the part. That's what you want. He know. Yeah, we let's be honest. We didn't play that good in the first half. The quarterback was 19 for 20, and that's. It is what it is, but that's wanting to win and the will to win, and we got our stuff together in the second half, and we ended up winning the ball game.
Are you excited for Morrow to get a little bit more playing time and get to show what he can do?
I'm excited for him. He worked his butt off. I think he's been scout team player of the week for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Getting those guys ready, the offense, and my message to him has always been, if you can beat Lane Johnson in practice, that only helps you get better. You're going against our first team offense, so you should take advantage of every opportunity you get to do that.
You decided to come back for another year, and some other guys like BJ and Jason Kelce. Is it that much more special with this group of guys to have a rivalry game like this that you can look forward to? Always,
it's always good to be around another year and experience that again with those guys. It's just something we talk about all the time. No, we don't. We just care about winning. That's all we really talk about, winning, and experiencing it and enjoying those moments is the biggest part.
How much is a game against a team as good as them at this point in the season? How much can you learn about your group, in a game like that?
To be honest with you, I still don't think as a defense we find our identity. I think we're still kind of searching for it. And, we're still finding ways to win the game is the biggest part about it right now. We're finding ways to slow offenses down on what they like to do in certain parts of the game and, during the season. But I think, we're still finding that identity. And in a couple weeks, we'll kind of figure out who we are because we got some, we got Sundays is a good game for us. And, so we're looking forward to that.
There's a lot of new guys. on defense? I mean, is that part of it? You know, you've had, I think, 8 different combinations in the secondary.
Absolutely. You know, I think now this will be the probably the maybe second week or in a row where we get a consistent starting 11 on defense. Where now we know who the safeties are. We know who the nickels are, we know who the corners are. Everybody's healthy, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and practice this week for the second week in a row to kind of still gel that identity and figure out who we really are.
Plus, you're still playing at a high level. Zach Martin, what are you seeing from him on the other side of the ball?
He's a really good player. I mean, I think I played against Zach 18, 19 times. You know, it's always you know, a battle, you know, and it's going to be that way this Sunday. You know, I know he's a really good player, and I got a lot of respect for him.
Where does Dak rank among the quarterbacks that you like to go up against?
Will he rank?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like you getting up for it, or
yeah, I get up.
You look forward to
I get up for anybody that touched the ball every snap.
It's the first one, one of two, and so we got to go get it.
So you don't think it's overhyped at all?
No, it ain't overhyped. I just think that you know, it's NFC East opponent, a big rivalry game, and I mean, of course, they fans don't like us and we don't like them, and it's just, well, we got to go get it.
Why is it so different? Like, I mean, there's rivalry games and then there's Dallas week.
I think it's because it's America's team. Just that name alone, just wanna, you know, just like us, we got a target on our back, you know, and I'm sure they got one because they wanna stop everybody from calling it America's team and all that stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those. We just have fun with it. I don't think it's overhyped. It's all fun because at the end of the day, you know, we just trying to go win the game and you know, have bragging rights really.
What's bigger, Michigan State or?
Well, shoot, you can't say Michigan State, Ohio State. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. It reminds me of this type of game, and most of the time we playing night games. Especially when we go there, it's always like the Sunday night, and it's the one that everybody circles every year. Well, the 2 games, you can have a bad season, but if we win them 2 games, boy, I mean, we're still going to get it by the fans, but they at least appreciate that part.
So how big is this one? Because sometimes, you know, they're not in a division race, but this is huge for the division.
Yeah.
It's huge implications.
It is, and I like it like that, you know, because at the end of the day, our goal is to beat the best and to play the best. You know, if we calling ourselves the best, and we got to show up in this game. We got to make sure that it's all about the little details of what Coach talked about, and make sure that you keep that togetherness that you're gonna go through in the game, because it's gonna be highs and lows in it. But you got to keep everybody focused, and the one that's straining the longest, you know, usually win this game. And so I just know that we got our hands full with them feeling good, coming off a big win against the Rams, and I know they feeling themselves a little bit as far as, you know, trying. Nah, I'm good.
Chip on your shoulder, huh?
Oh yeah, I like that. Hey, you got to keep that chip on your shoulder. But I just know that every week is a big week, but it's even bigger because they've been waiting on this one, and they only lost 2 games, and we lost 1, and they 1 game behind us. So I know that their goals is to try to win the NFC East, and our goal is the same. So this is a big challenge for us.
In front, depending on the team we play, the run game will be more important. But last week and the week before, it wasn't as much as you know, they weren't trying to take that away, making us pass, and Jalen did a good job stepping up doing that.
Jalen's on track to have career numbers in the passing game right now. Dallas, what have you seen out of him and his continued growth there?
Yeah, it seems like, you know, he just gets better and better. He sees stuff faster and faster, and you know, he's giving the ball to playmakers, and they're making plays. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of, and you know, it seems like each week he continues to get better. His detail gets picked up more and more, and you know, we're lucky to have him in the backfield.
What's the significance of that, given that he's been hampered a little bit with the knee?
Yeah, you know, it's making him stay in the pocket, and he's doing a good job from there. I think he's got some great numbers from in the pocket, and he's just proven the more that he can do. You know, he doesn't need his leg, although those are a big weapon for him. But the things he can do with his arm and his mind is really up there at the elite level as well.
Having watched that now for a couple of years, that maturation process, what's that vantage point been like for you?
That's a tough question. I don't really understand.
Okay, yes, watching Jalen mature as a player and not need the ability with his legs as much.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show his work ethic. You know, he relied on something to get here, and he knew he needed to improve at something, and that's just kind of the guy he is. He spent a lot of time in the off season working with different coaches, and it just shows up at practice. He works at everything to get better, and over the last 4 years that he's been here, you can see it each and every time. And like I always say, dude, it's special having him back there, and he's a great quarterback for this team.
What's Dallas week mean to you?
It's obviously a really fun week. It's a big rivalry. Everybody loves it, and get a lot of jokes about my name going with it. So it's one of my favorite weeks of the year. Anytime we get to play Dallas, it's a lot of fun, and they always give us a challenge, and it's competitive, and they have a lot of hatred against us, and vice versa. So it always makes up for a really fun game.
How much different is it than maybe when you were in college or high school and you have your rivals then? Is this taken to another level?
I wouldn't say so. I think college rivalries, especially, they're every single year. It doesn't matter. People die. People live and die for those games. And it's a big thing here, but I feel like college rivalries still beat pretty much any NFL rivalry. But this is as big as it gets on this level for sure.
Does the coaching staff try to be cognizant of keeping things the same each week, even though it is a rivalry?
Yeah, absolutely. It's no different than any other week. We got to face this opponent. We got to make sure we handle our P's and Q's. Not worry about who's on the other side. We got to take care of what we got to take care of, and usually that ends up being successful for us. But yeah, we don't look too much at the opponent and who they are and build that up. It's a faceless opponent every week. We got to be the best at our jobs, and it doesn't matter what the defense does. We just have to do our job.
What's it like from your vantage point to see AJ on this here that he's on?
Yeah, it's really special. Obviously, anytime you can have, an NFL record, not a team record, not a franchise record, an NFL record's pretty substantial, and it's a lot of fun. He's a great teammate. He's a great leader of this team, and really happy for the success he has. And everything he's doing by himself, he's still helping the team in a lot of different ways, helping other people get open too. So you can never decredit him enough because he's doing a tremendous job for this team.
After the big year he had last season, what has he done to get even better to have this type of hot streak that he's on?
Yeah, he does everything well. He runs routes well. He's physical after he catches the ball. He's fast. He can never be covered. Even when he is covered, he throws his hand out there and makes a spectacular plays. So it's just the trust that the whole team has in him. Jalen's even more trust in him because of the plays that he makes, and just continue to grow. But yeah, he's a special player, and I feel like he's only going to get better as his career goes.
And knowing Calcaterra the way you do, what sense do you have of kind of what he's dealing with given his history here?
Yeah, obviously haven't talked to him too much about that. That's a decision he's going to have to make. But whenever we're in the building, I got full support for him. Whatever he needs from me, I'm here to listen. But, that's not really my job to make decisions for him, And obviously I love the guy. I love him in the building. And, obviously want the best for him and his health. But that's a decision that he's got to make.
What have you seen from Albert sort of behind the scenes? We haven't gotten to see him that much. If injury allows him an opportunity, how's he fit in?
Yeah, obviously he's got some really good skills. He's fast, he's athletic, he's good at catching the ball. He kind of just stepped in and was ready to work when he got here, continued to do that. And, we're excited for him to get an opportunity if that comes. And, he's got to go out there and dominate his role. And but no, he's a good addition to the room, and he works hard out there, gives the scout team good looks. And, we're looking forward to seeing what he can do as a role in the offense can develop.
This Dallas defense is allowing just 17 points a game. What makes it so good?
Yeah, obviously they got good players that fly around. They've been able to create quite a few turnovers this year. So we're going to have to make sure we take care of the ball and not put our defense in tough spots. But, yeah, they got good players in the secondary, up front. So we'll have matchups, and we have different ways that we plan on attacking them. And hopefully we can bring that average up a little bit.
All right, so Cowboys week, Sirianni says, it's just another game. Does it feel any different for players?
I mean, that's how we have to approach this week. We can't let, the rivalry for the, with the fans and stuff, we can't let that come between us. And I think that's what he means by that. We just need to focus on our process. And that's what we're going to do. We obviously understand the importance of this week and how big it is for the culture of Philadelphia and what it means to the city. So, we're not going to misunderstand, or we don't want the fans to misunderstand us that way. We definitely understand the importance. But in terms of just going back and
daily deposits, that's what we're going to do, just stick to the process.
And so that expectation that the fans are going to treat it differently is probably spot on?
Pretty spot on. I mean, you'd be stupid if you didn't know. Be honest. I'll be honest. So.
And this week, ball security. The Cowboys, that turnover margin, how important is ball security this week?
Very important. It's one of our team goals this week. I mean, we talk about it, we stress about it all the time, so definitely going to make it an emphasis this week. And yeah, if we take care of the ball, hopefully win the game. So it's pretty simple math.
And then when you have this schedule coming up and the difficulty of it gets, the importance of really stacking week to week as of right now.
I mean, the schedule coming up, I'm not worried about that as of yet. I'm worried about this week, and then I'm going to worry about booking my hotel for the bye week, and then worry about the schedule and the gauntlet that people say that we have. So just go from there, week to week, day to day, and that's all I got for you.
Where are you going for the bye week?
I don't want to tell anybody.
No? Secret.
It's a secret.
I like that.
I'm not like an A-list celebrity or anything. I just, to be honest, I haven't booked anything yet, so that's really it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our hood, man. That thing is beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today, I got to have it. What are you gonna bring to the doggone table? Are you gonna bust somebody in their mouth?